Alright, everyone. So, last video we talked a little about doctrines and the sort of rock, paper, scissors that goes on there. However, today we are going to be talking a little bit about doctrines. And I've known about doctrines for quite a while now. However, um, I have been told by uh, many YouTubers in my research about it, and I have come to realize something. So, if we look at, say, the mobile warfare here, we get unexpected thrust, delay, elastic defense, blitz, breakthrough, overwhelming fire, backhand blow, and that's it. Some other things like guerrilla tactics here, which is a defender tactic, or blitz here, which is not exactly another thing because you get it here, but those are the tactics that you get. Now, if you look at my little spreadsheet here, uh, I have organized. Well, okay, so actually, first I should go over here and I should explain a few things. So, um, if you look at the first one here, attack, you will notice, okay, this is all it does. And you will also notice, okay, it's countered by counterattack. And you may ask yourself, okay, how often might people select counterattack? How often might attack be countered? And the answer is pretty often. Uh, everyone gets this. This is not something that you get from a specific doctrine or even a lot of doctrines. This is something that every nation gets by default. So, it's something that every nation gets by default, and it is one of the only ones, actually, the only one, that can be weighted even farther than 4 in the selection. So it can be chosen 8 times more than everything else on this list. This defend can be chosen 4 times more. Counterattack, if you don't have unyielding offender, can be chosen 4 times more. It's not really more, but I'll continue saying more because that's it. Delay 4 times, tactical withdrawal 4 times, ambush 4 times, elastic defense 4 times, backhand blow 4 times, hold bridge 2 times, guerrilla tactics 4 times, overwhelming fire 2 times. And overwhelming fire Kampfgruppe? Overwhelming fight there? Ah, yes, okay. Alright. So we got these. We understand what the weights are in essence. We don't really understand how they work. We understand that each of these either has a counter or doesn't. So attack, assault, both countered by counterattack, so that's very easy to counter. When we look at something like encirclement, we can see, okay, this does 25% damage. They will, to the enemy. The enemy will be the defender, because this is an attacker tactic. And the enemy will actually be doing 5% more damage to you. But you will be able to have plus 50% more tactics combat width. Now, what the hell does that mean? Well, that means that your combat width, say you're attacking Luxembourg with 30 width tank divisions that you have developed from these divisions over the course of a year. Say it's Ragnarok. And you want these tank divisions. Let's, research, focus, autocomplete. Let's, do the Rhineland and get these divisions over here. And there they are, and let's convert them to that tank division. Now, of course, this is the wrong tank division. You're going to want a completely different panzer division, a better panzer division, but this will suffice for now, for the example. And then you'll have your general, and for the purposes of what I'll be doing here today, I'm going to be choosing Frederick Paulus. And by this time, Frederick Paulus will be better. However, you're going to be attacking into Luxembourg. Now, Luxembourg has a combat width of 60. So, standard... Let's actually wait for this guy to continue, and then let's bring him over here. Okay. So, Luxembourg has a combat width of 60. These have a combat width of 30. Let's just pretend that they do. You attack from here across. What will end up happening, of course, you will attack from all directions, but these two will take first, will take point, and then these will follow. Now, you will have an extra 30 because you're attacking from another tile, which means that you get 4 in the battle. That extra 50%, where is it? Right here, will also apply to this tile. So 60%, 50% of 60%, 50% of 60 combat width is an additional 30, which means that you will be able to take another 30 width tank division into the combat, and you will be able to have excuse me, that and one panzer division left in reserve when this is selected. So, that's encirclement. It's pretty good. If you look at tactical withdrawal, you will see that it's only available in tactical control and advanced fire bases. Now, where is that? Well, that is located all the way down here. Tactical withdrawal and tactical withdrawal. Advanced fire bases and tactical control. Just like the best tactic, which is coming up here, just like the best, attacking just like the best attacking tactic here, breakthrough. Shock is another one that is easily counterable. Ambush is another tactic that everyone gets. Hold bridge is also another tactic that everyone gets, but that's only when you're doing river crossings. Yes, ambush is a tactic that everyone gets, and shock is not a tactic that is really any good anyway. But then you go to the next tactic, so just covering shock very quickly. Breakthrough is countered by backhand blow. It's found in quite a lot of doctrines, so you can find breakthrough here. You can find breakthrough here. And you can find breakthrough here. You can find breakthrough here, which is basically the only thing that makes assault relevant here. If you look at my chart really quickly, you will see that I have Grand Battle Plan Doctrine left here, only because of that. And they do also have, where is it? There's plus 10 coordination bonus here as well, which is absolutely awesome, but doesn't put it on the board. Doesn't quite put it on the board on its own. And we'll be talking about coordination here after a little bit. There are coordination bonuses here, coordination bonus here. Excuse me. We'll be talking about that in a little bit. For now, let's continue talking about these things. So, breakthrough offers us plus 25% to our attack. That's very simple. It offers minus 5% damage reduction from enemy divisions here. And it also provides us with plus 50% speed tactics movement. Now, what is tactics movement? Now, you will see across your divisions, you will see divisions speed, you will see divisions speed, you will see max speed, you will see in the Mayos, in Opal here, plus 5 to max speed. You will see in other, even more, Mayos, like Henschel here, max speed, armor, or max speed, and so on. More max speed. If you look at Dalmar Benz, you will see more max speed, up to 5, 6, 7 max speed. So, and then if you look at your leader here, you will also see movement bonus on land. You will see movement in all of these, and that all may get pretty confusing. Also, if you look over here at the land doctrine, you will see divisions speed here, plus 10% divisions speed. It's the third from the bottom there. You will see tanks and armor variants max speed. You will see over here you will see mechanized infantry, motorized infantry, motorized mot/mech, max speed of plus 10% across the board. That includes armored cars, motorized anti-tank, motorized artillery, and motorized anti-air. A max speed of plus 10%. And then you will also see... That's organization. Is there any more? Planning speed, recovery rate, organization. That's just backhand blow. Breakthrough, organization, recovery rate, yada yada yada. Okay. The answer, no. There is no more bonuses in this mobile warfare doctrine. So, what is the difference between all of this, and what is the difference between that and this tactics speed modifier? Surely there is a difference. Originally, I thought, okay, this is probably, tactics speed during battle. It's going to give you plus 50%, so, you have all these bonuses stacked up. Let's say you go mobile infantry, you get that plus 5 on your, Opal, and now your oh god. And now your max speed goes from 12 to plus 15%, which is 13.8. And then you have that on top of the division speed bonuses. So this will be armor technology max speed. This will be division's speed overall. So that's so if we, I'm just gonna take a calculator out here so that y'all can see this. So we get the plus base 12. We get plus 5 plus 10, so 15. Then we have division's speed here, so that's another plus let's just here we go. Plus 5 plus 10 plus and let's make another one here. So this will be calculating for okay. So we need another one. Okay. So we've got tanks and Mott/mech. We've got the base of Mott/mech, and we'll say that tanks also use this base for the purposes of this. And we are going to look at the Mott/mech because that's going to be the biggest reducer of our speed. We can get tanks up to ridiculous speeds, but only if they are tanks and not motorized mix-in. So we will say, okay, plus 5 to motorized, another plus 10 from this. We go over here. This will be a plus 10 overall bonus. Which I will put here. This will be a plus 10 to the max speed of armor technology. Which I will put here. Then we have this, which is overall division speed once again. And we will see here that we will put it here. And then this is tanks and armor variants plus 10. And then there was no more speed bonuses down there. We look at division speed and division speed, so that's an overall plus 5 here. And then we look at the general here. We see enables movement bonus on land. Now I am going to interpret that as another plus 10% bonus here. And then we have these movement bonuses for terrain types. Now let's say that we have all of them and we have a plus 5 movement across the board. So let's say okay, another plus 5 movement. Alright, so we have the plus 15, we have the plus 20, we have a plus 40 here overall. So our tanks and our let's actually get another one out. God. Oh God. So let's say we have tanks that go 12 kilometers an hour, and we also have trucks that go 12 kilometers an hour. Well, that 12 kilometers an hour is going to be increased by 15%. If I can find the percent here, which will be 13.8. This 12% here is going to be increased by plus 20% here, which will come out to 14.4. And then this 14.4 will be changed even further by plus 40%. And this will be changed even further by plus 40%. Now we have 19.32 knots here, kilometers an hour here, and 20.16 kilometers an hour here. This means that our division of tanks and motorized will only ever go 19.32 kilometers an hour, and that there is a, let's see, there is a 20.16 plus minus 19.32 and 0.84 kilometer wastage in our tanks here. Now let's say instead of using motorized, we went over here and we looked at Opal and we said, okay, defense, armor, hardness, piercing, hard attack, breakthrough, defense, breakthrough, soft attack, hardness, breakthrough. There's no way to increase our mechanized here. But this has increased our mechanized by 10%. And if we go research on icon click, and let's just say for the heck of it, we have level 3. Now, if we look at the details here, we will see that level 3 has a max speed of 12 kilometers an hour. But if we also give ourselves some XP. And we look at these guys, we can also increase their engine to 14.4, and of course give them the thing. Now all that does is increase the production cost, but we can also decrease the production cost, which will decrease the reliability, which we can counteract by just doing this. And there we go. It is a positive production cost of minus whatever percentage. So it's a base, and then we got the +2 reliability, and we got the +3 to engine. And then we've got the production cost of -6, which enables it to be 10.8. So we put that into production. Give it Opal. We put a lot of it into production. We put it at the top of the queue, even. So now, what we are talking about instead is not this number, but this number. It is 14.4, and we still get that plus 10%, and we get this plus 40%, which takes us to 22.176. So, to get these to match up, so that there is no waste, we would have to take our tank division here, and let's just get another calculator out. And we would have to account for this plus 20%. So 12, let's not have it 12, let's do 13, plus 20%, 15 plus 40%, uh, 21.84. That is a 22.176 minus 21.84 equals a 3.3, a 0.336 difference, okay? So that's fine, we can deal with that. That's pretty good difference. Now we have a division that is capable of going 21.84 21.84 km kilometers an hour. But once again, what is this tactics speed? I've been going over speed, but what is tactics speed? Well, when you go into battle, you get severe speed debuffs. You have no tactics speed. So what doctrines like Breakthrough and Blitz do, Masterful Blitz, Seize Bridge, Banzai Charge, Relentless Assault, Unexpected Thrust, what all of those do is they increase your tactics speed. Now, when you're in a battle, there are various things that reduce your speed. So let's actually take our tanks here and move them over to the Belgian border. And we'll stop their training here. We'll wait for them to recover. And we're actually going to allow Diplo, if I can find it. Let's allow traits. Allow traits. Allow Diplo. Okay. And with this Diplo, we are going to declare war on Belgium. And we are also going to turn the AI off. Now, there is no air superiority. There is nothing. War was just declared. The AI didn't have time to react at all. And now we attack. So, what does this mean for us? So, we go into battle, and our divisions should have a max speed of 8.6. However, if we look at the battle and we look at ourselves here, we are only going 1 km. The units should be arriving in 4 days and 18 hours. Now, we are gaining tactics movement here, which is giving us an extra plus 15. We are losing our movement due to a minus 33% forest debuff here and a plus 10% infrastructure debuff. Now let's pause this and let's actually take a moment to design oh god. To design this scenario, I don't need to click all of them to say that. And to do that, let's do... Have I didn't, did I? Okay, so this tank, this, and up to there. Okay. We've done that. And let's research that. And let's research that. And... let's see, we're researching up to 1941 tech. Let's do that really quickly here. And let's do this. Now we're in doing this, we are also bordering on another topic that I really shouldn't be talking about just yet. We'll be going into a tangent off of a tangent here, but let's design our tank here. So, and let's design a fairly simple tank. We're not going to be designing any very weird tank divisions. We're also going to be giving ourselves more XP so that we can do this. Whoops, this. Oh, great. Research on icon. Click, you motherfucker. Okay, this is how we fix it. There we go. And let's get PP. PP. There we go. Him, and let's finish that focus so that we can get CP. Yes, army maneuver. Okay, we've got our speed bonuses. Let's get this. Do. More XP. Do. Okay. Okay, so we've got this tank with a massive engine. We've got... do any of these not reduce our max speed? This doesn't reduce our max speed. And this doesn't reduce our max speed either. We want Henschel here. So we're going to... add funds until 10. We are going to give it the speed bonuses here. And we are... we'll give it the armor. And whatever. Let's finish it out. We have Dalmer Benz. Let's go with armor here. And we need to give it more funds so we can finish it off. And even more armor. Even more armor. Okay. So now we have Dalmer Benz here, which gives us a max speed of +7. And we have Henschel here, which gives us a max speed of +22. Now, what did we need for our little thing here? We needed 13, right? this was plus 13 plus our 12 or 20. Oh, whoops. 13 plus 20% plus 40% equals 21.8. Okay. And yes, that is the difference of 3.36. So we go over here. We look at Henschel. Okay, Henschel isn't really needed. We look at Dahlemer-Benz. Okay, that's needed here. So let's do Dahlemer-Benz. And let's decrease the speed to 30. Okay, now we do have the opportunity here to... Let's do this. So 13.3 plus 20% plus 40% is 22.344. So that's too far. Let's look at 13 plus... Whoops. 13.1 instead. Plus 20% plus 40%. 22.008. 13.2 plus let's do 60%. 21 point... Oh, am I doing the math wrong? Uh-oh. I think I'm doing the math wrong here. Hold on. This was 14.4. So clear 14.4 plus 10, so 50%. 21.6. And then we have 13 plus 60%. 20.8. 13.2 plus 60%. Okay. And what is 13.1 plus 60%? Okay, so closest we're going to get is 13.2 plus 60%. That's a difference of 6, whereas the other one is a difference of more than 6. So let's increase that to 13.2, which we have here. And there we go. Really cheap tank, but still. And then we say Dahlemer-Benz. Dahlemer-Benz did it. And then we leave it at that. Okay, so this is going to be our speed when we are just moving around. You can see here we are moving because of poor infrastructure and obviously the snow. We are moving at less speed. Why are we moving at less speed here? We are moving into planes, which is good. Oh, okay, so let's, add latest equipment, and let's change the division. Mobile, mechanized. There we go. And then we tell it to use the best of the best equipment. It's already doing that. So, now we wait. Strength will go up. Panzer Ausf A. We don't want you using Panzer Ausf A. We want you using Leopard. So let's go over here to light tanks. Panzer Ausf A. And then that one. We are going to do this. And see what that does. Actually, let's just go into the division here. Light tank. Improved basic inner ward. Go away.
Angetreten.
And we should see the leopards come in. Ausf A, Ausf A. There we go.
Achtung!
And,
Angetreten.
let's see. 100% strength, 97, 99. These are still using Panzer Ausf.
Bereit.
Now, will they use the damn... Okay, let's, do this. Then, let's go here, delete the last of these. Go back
Angetreten.
and give them the Panzers. Okay, fighting strength at 100%. Great. Now. We move into the plains. We are going at a max speed, of 16.20 kilometers an hour. We have a bonus from moving into planes. We have maneuver warfare. We have Warner von Brot. that guy. We have mobile warfare doctrine. But we have poor infrastructure. How do we have poor infrastructure? Let's increase that infrastructure. Instant construction.
Angetreten. Ausrücken.
And let's turn that off so that weird things don't fucking happen. Okay.
Ausrücken.
Now. They are going... moving towards friendly territory, speed of 16.8 kilometers per hour, with a base of 12 kilometers an hour. So these guys are currently going the 16.8 kilometers an hour. They should be going. Oh, right. Because we haven't done anything to the general yet. So that's a -10 and a -5. So instead of these numbers, we have -15, which is... let's do this. 14.4 plus 35. No, that'd be 25. It would end up being 35 though, so let's do 35 percent. Add that up, 19.44. So, what's happening here? What are we missing? Supply consumption, planning, speed, max planning, attack, defense. We're missing something here.
Befehle.
Why do we have a base of 12? We have a base of 12, even though the division can go... Ah, there we go. Let's, do that and get rid of that. There we go. There we go. Okay. That's what was happening there. 100, 100, 100, 100. Great. Okay. Now we look at this. We have a base of 13.21 and a speed of 16.51. Why are we only getting 13.21 plus 25%. Yeah, that's correct math, but we should be getting 35% here. Maneuver warfare. Von Brunswick. Brout. I don't even know where to begin to pronounce that name. We got 13.2. Clearly I'm going wrong somewhere in this math here. So clear plus 10 plus 10 plus 5 plus 5. And calculation? No. I want to see the damn history. God damn it. We are subtracting that because we don't have
Angetreten.
maneuver warfare, mobile warfare, and this dude. That's 35. But wait a second here. If we take this guy out, then our tank speed decreases, right? Yes! Okay. So that gets applied beforehand. Okay, I'm an idiot. So yes, it does get applied separately. Okay, so okay, so that 14.4, this should already be applied because that's a motorized bonus. So this comes out to be the 25% bonus that it ends up being here, because we have 10, 10, and 5. Yep. So this ends up being 25. And good, we have that math there. This gets applied to our trucks first. and means that we have 14.4, and then we multiply that by 25%, we get 18. And then if we have a 13.2, which we already know we get from this, we get a plus 25%, which equals 16.5. And what do we have here? 16.51. Now, obviously, that's a bit changed because it says our base is 13.21 there, but that doesn't really matter there. So, what we do here is we take this Leopard tank and we instead convert him to a 14.4 speed if we can. So let's get Henschel here. 14.3, 14.5. Let's get this and see what we can do here. 14.5. Yeah, it's not budging. So let's go back to here. 14.8. 14.3, 14.5. That's going to be better than the alternative. We do that. We do that. We
Achtung!
get rid of these divisions. And then we go... No, not mechanized. We delete the light tanks, the leopards, and we then add latest equipment. So now we have a whole bunch of those leopards. We do this. Wait for our equipment to get up. There we go. And let's distinguish this by... There we go. That's fine. Leopard Alsif A, and it's just saying that it's leopard. Alright, fine. Does it say the same thing here? Yes, great. Alright. Leopard Alsif A. There we go. Leopard Alsif A. Okay, there we go, finally. And we want to make sure that we are doing the Leopard Alsif A. Okay.
Bereit!
Leopard Alsif A. Alsif A. Alsif A. Alsif A. And Alsif A. Okay, good. Now, if we look at their speed, 18.19. Is that how it should be? Let's take a look at our tanks here. They have a speed now of 14.5. So that's 14.5 plus 25% equals 18.125. Yes, there we go. Ah, Jesus Christ. As you can see, we are now moving at 18.1 kilometers an hour, which is close enough. Close fucking enough. Alright. Now we are moving at that speed into this plains tile. We move at that speed, say, into this tile, and we get a forest minus bone, forest debuff. And when we go into battle, we also get a battle debuff. You can see that our speed, we are going into forest, and their infrastructure isn't that good. So let's do this. We are at 18.19. We are over here. We are sitting at a base of 14.55 plus 21.6. Actually, not 21.6. We are 10 plus 10 plus 5 minus 21.6 minus 10 percent. And yes, that does equal 13 point. I'll do it here. With this one. No. This one. Uh, 13 point. So 14.55 and I'll do 10 plus 10 plus 5 minus 21.6 minus 10 equals 15. That's a negative 15, right? Let's start again. 10 plus 10, right? Plus 5. 25 minus 21.6 minus 10. The fuck? 25 minus 21.6. Oh, I'm minus 10, negative 6.6. We apply this negative 6.6 to our base speed of 14.55 minus 6.6, and we get, oh, whoops, 14.55 minus 6.6% equals 13.59. Okay, there we go. There we go. That's our combat speed right there. That's how fast we are moving. Okay.
Angetreten.
Now, these are fairly speedy divisions. They're not always going to be this speedy. At most, you're probably going to get like 8 km/h divisions when it comes to tanks. I've been talking for too long. But we go into combat, and all of a sudden, our speed is reduced to 16.2 or 6.2. Now this is because our speed has changed. We are no longer we are in combat now. And that plus 33% times 33%. I don't know what that does. I think that reduces our speed somehow. It's a freaking paradox calculation that we can't really... That doesn't really make sense in the tooltip. There we go. But we can see here we are doing tactics movement, which is great because that means we are getting tactics movement of plus 15%. That is affecting our movement. All that to explain what the fuck tactics movement is. You have a base movement that you have outside of combat. And then once you enter into combat, your stats change. So it's important to have that. And now it's changed significantly there because we have unexpected thrust. Interesting. Looks like it's changing on a whim here. Okay. We are going 3.11 kilometers an hour because we don't have the fucking right tactic. So this is part of the reason why it's so important. Your tactics will change every 12 hours from a weighted list of available tactics. This is why it's so important to have breakthrough here. This is why it's so important to have blitz if it's not countered. It's why it's so important to have any of these tactics movements. Because if you have tactics movement, then when they finally get dislodged, you may overrun them. That's really how you overrun divisions, not with base speed or anything like that. It's with tactics now. Now, the way that you affect these tactics, obviously, let's go over the rest of them. Blitz is obviously pretty good stats-wise, but Elastic Defense is everywhere, and it's easily counterable, even though it's not a tactic that every nation has at the start. Masterful Blitz is also countered by Elastic Defense, but this is largely a Soviet tactic there. We have Seas Bridge, which happens when we are doing a river crossing. Has combat modifier at river crossing. Then we have Mass Charge, which gives us this, which is kind of good. I mean, it's okay. Excuse me. Um, it, it gives us this, which is the most important thing here. But these two are very lackluster. So that's very, very average, let's say. Then there's Bonsai Charge, which you get if you are Japan. And this is actually a pretty good tactic. Although it is countered by overwhelming fire. Infiltration Assault. Very, very mediocre. This is good. This is good. Mediocre. Mediocre. Good. Good. Mediocre. Now, let's look at these weights. Finally! Jesus Christ. Spend 20 minutes talking about tactics and an hour trying to figure out speed. Alright. Trying to figure out speed to explain tactics. To explain tactics. There we go. Now, Assault we obviously don't want because that is very, very mediocre. Actually, it's absolute shit. So, what we don't want to do is ever choose Aggressive Assaulter. We never want to have Aggressive Assaulter on our divisions because that's going to increase shock tactics. It will also assault and shock tactics. You see here it increases to 4 and 8 if you have them. So you want these in this calculation to be as low as possible. Now, this is how it's done here, and this is okay. Okay. This is how this is calculated. Ah, great. A2 and down the line. Now here you will see a bit of other calculations and you will see me say use backhand blow as preferred tactic. This is the mobile warfare doctrine here. So I am on mobile warfare doctrine. I say I want backhand blow as my preferred tactic. Then I go over to my general, which I will upgrade to level 5. So that he can have the tactic. go. He is level 5. He can now have a tactic. And let's give him not blitz. We want attacks. We want this. Now, he cannot use it unlocks from one of the following doctrines. Right. Okay. Yeah. Okay, let's go with Blitz then. So, with that being Blitz, we can assign him to a general, field marshal, sorry. And let's see, we don't have a level 5 field marshal. So let's let's choose him and let's upgrade him. Details, he needs 10 and 15. He gets let's go with unexpected threat. Okay, so we can't. This is worth noting. We can't do anything with encirclement because it is one of the 4 that we get base. And so what we do is blitz. So now, if we look at these calculations, so we have boom and boom. And of course we need the 8. Shut up. Now we have a 36% chance of selecting Blitz during combat. So, as you can see, this gives us a 25% chance. This gives us a 50% chance. And this gives us another 25% chance for whatever we choose. Blitz is the highest, encirclement is the second highest, and that's what we want. What we wouldn't want is for all of that to, shall we say, go to waste. What we wouldn't want is for Blitz to be countered, and with elastic defense, and for us not to have something that something to fall back on that someone might not have the counter to. So, tactical withdrawal. As of right now, the Belgians don't have anything because they don't have any tactics. Hillfighter and Mountaineer. Wow. He looks like he's an awesome general. Now let's take this and restart that battle. And now we see we are on attack. 12 hours later, we change to unexpected thrust. And our tactics movement is changing. Now we have changed to blitz. And our movement speed has increased tenfold. Because we have a plus 15% to tactics movement. And this is allowing us to, or would allow us to overrun these divisions. However, we don't have... Ooh, shock has been countered. Okay, let's okay, there we go.
Zeig es ihnen!
Takes an hour to get into combat, so let's switch that to... God damn it.
Ausrücken!
Okay. Wait that hour. And now we're in combat. We have unexpected thrusts. And at 12, that should change. It has changed. We are now using shock, which is being countered by ambush. Another 12 hours later, now we're using blitz, which is being somewhat countered by defend. Now we're using attack, and it switches every 12 hours. Now you may notice that we are not getting blitz or encirclement as often as we probably should be. And actually, we're not getting blitz basically at all. Or we are not getting encirclement basically at all. Oh, I see. That's because it is not a weight of 8 right now. It is a weight of 4, which means that blitz has a massive advantage here. See, this is weighted. Oh, and the other thing is that blitz isn't weighted either. We don't have Panzer Leader or combined arms. Okay, so let's do allow traits. And let's give him Panzer Leader and combined arms. So the reason why that was fucking up so much was because it was actually a 4, and we had a 26% chance of selecting blitz, and everything else was a 15% chance, which is absolutely terrible. We absolutely don't want that. So now that we have those requirements, we do 8, and we also do 8, which means that we have a 36% chance and a 21% chance of selecting encirclement or blitz. Now, what does that mean for our little combat here? Well, let's pause this combat and wait for those guys to recover a little bit. And let's do this so that we know when they recover, because we will have recovered. Okay, yeah, that allow traits is going to get messy. Okay. And we are now at 100% organization. Great. That means they are as well. Let's wait until 2:23. Start moving. Start the battle at 24. And now, we have already selected Blitz. This means that we are doing attacker damage, we are doing defender tactic damage, and we are doing tactics movement. Our movement is 11.84. And because of what little coordination we do have, we are doing damage to the organization of this unit. And only this unit, or virtually only this unit. And as we can see, we are basically only selecting Blitz. Oh, we got Shock and they're counting it with Ambush, and we've gotten Blitz back. We are doing good here. We're doing good. We've chosen a shitty one. We're going back to Blitz. And it just goes round and round like a merry-go-round. Attack. Yeah, great. Now, how do we prevent crap from that shock and stuff happening even further? Because there are ways. There is this weight, but if we look up here, we see the side having the initiative gets an increased chance to counter their enemy's tactics. If a tactic gets countered, all its effects are disabled. To determine initiative, the leading general's skill levels are compared. If either side has a higher recon value in one of their divisions, including reserves, it gets a bonus of 5. Skill levels for this comparison. The side with the higher effective skill level gets initiative, with ties favoring the defender. The side losing this comparison has to pick their tactic first. This allows the side with the initiative, if a counter tactic is available, to pick it in response with increased probability. Its weight gets a bonus of plus 35% for every point of advantage in the skill comparison, but the side with the initiative may still choose a tactic that is countered by the enemy, because its weight does not get reduced. So, what that means is that there will be a 35% boost to counter tactics, with that favoring the defender, essentially just because there are very little tactics that can be countered by the attacker. You only have ambush and delay. Ambush is countered by breakthrough. Delay is countered by shock. So, with that in mind, we can go back to looking at this, and we can go back to looking at what is initiative and recon. Well, if we look at our things here, which we need to... Oh, whoops. Research on icon click. Signal company. Get rid of research on icon click. We're doing 1940 text, so let's increase it to this level and then stop. So initiative, signal company, gives you a initiative. The higher the initiative a unit has, the quicker it can reinforce into battle, and the quicker it gets its planning done. Initiative also multiplies any coordination modifiers you may have. Now, obviously, this is a hidden stat that we don't get to see when we look at the damn tooltip. But we get a bonus of 22 initiative with support Signal Company 2, which means that if we take this, we stop this battle, and we take Signal Company, and let's increase the speed of our motorized here for a second. Production resource need, reliability. Reliability. Okay. With that done, let's go take a look at our fucking trucks. Let's give them Opal. And let's take a look at our mechanized and do that. The production cost goes down. Max speed goes down. Breakthrough goes up. Defense goes up. Hardness goes up. And reliability goes up. Okay. And with that, get rid of that. Upgrade this. And then upgrade this. So we now take basic infantry equipment, support equipment, artillery, mechanized. Let's look at mechanized. We want the one that we have in production, SDKFZ 25120. We don't want this, and this one is the right production cost. Okay, update. And let's once again add latest equipment. Start conversions, I suppose. And now what we can do is add the signal company, which will give us 22% initiative. And we can add motorized recon, which takes down our speed. Now what we could probably do is, let's see, artillery, tanks and armor variants, breakthrough. We get worst bonuses in marsh, desert, and mountain. Okay, but we can go over here, research. Well, we've researched that, and that's extremely far away. We're doing 1941 tech, so 41, yes. Research on icon click, research that. And if we go over here, aren't we producing some already? No, clearly not. Okay, let's grab this and engine. So now we go 13.2 kilometers an hour. We don't have an MIO for it, and apparently we don't have the XP for it. So let's give ourselves the XP. And that's basically all we can do. 32 kilometers an hour. And we have decided on 14. Yeah, great. Yeah, 14 plus whatever percentage, and then 14 plus whatever percentage. Yeah, so that's less than ideal, but still we can now add these to production. And once again, add latest equipment. And then we can do Light Armored Recon Company, which gives us a 13.2 speed. And then, of course, we want anti-air. Actually, let's remove the anti-air and replace it here, because we have other things that we can be using. For example, early in the game, we would want field hospitals for greater HP, because these are tanks, and the more HP that you have, the more equipment that you get after the battle. And of course these are tanks, so we don't really want our XP to be lost. We want greater trickle back after the battle so that we don't lose as many tanks. And all that. But now we get reconnaissance. And if we look at this, if we were to switch over to motorized recon, our reconnaissance value would be decreased by 0.5. So we have 4 reconnaissance. If we were to use this, we would have 3.5. Which is great. That's an added benefit. 13.2. And if we wait a little bit for our divisions to get the equipment into themselves, which is taking absolutely forever. One hundred, 100. Okay, there we go.
Achtung!
And we start attacking. Actually, let's time that.
Ausrücken!
There we go. We start the battle. We immediately have Blitz. Now, let's watch all the tactics change out, interchange, and all that. Now, I am curious. We weren't seeing it earlier. Why weren't we seeing it earlier? So, encirclement. Has Panzer Leader or Trickster? We didn't have either of those earlier. Okay. So, now we do. It's a 21% chance and a 36% chance. So, if we wait just a little bit, we will see that we do better. We constantly select Blitz. And it basically doesn't change. We get attack, go back to Blitz, shock. Shock is countered. Assault. Close quarters storm. Close quarters attack? What? Each side's leader will pick a tactic for the battle that will affect how... Okay, so... What are these close quarters things? I haven't seen them before. Okay. I don't understand. Oh! Are these tactics that happen that get added into the weight once you are there? So once you've moved up to the tile, you're in the tile, you get these tactics, and then what happens? Blitz, shock. Attack. Unexpected thrusts, blitz. And as you can see, we are dealing a bunch of organizational damage to them, and we're knocking them out one at a time. What happens here? AI. On. AI. Off. Tag. Bell. Ah, I see. That's what's happening. Okay. Tag. Jur. move in,
Achtung!
but we don't overrun them. Okay.
Ausrücken!
Kind of hoping that we'd overrun them, but I guess not. Tag Jur.
Achtung!
Okay. Now I wonder. Encirclement requires research? None. Frontage filled, has reserves. Oh, we didn't have reserves. Okay, so in order to get reserves, let's do
Angetreten!
this. So we can see it in action. Okay.
Ausrücken!
Now we have the frontage filled. We have reserves. The hell? 5 division. Oh, I see. I see. Okay. I'm an idiot. Okay. Let's do motorization drive and let's actually get a 30 width. I've been thinking that these are 30 widths the entire time. I'm an idiot. No, not medium. Light. Light. And light. There we go. Now we're good.
Bereit! Angetreten!
We shouldn't be having any deficits, so let's just wait. Yep, come on. Hundred. Okay.
Ausrücken!
Now we attack. And now the frontage is filled.
Greift weiter an! Befehle!
And now, let's see, attack, blitz. We have 1, 2, and then 3. We have reserves down here. He should be picking it at one point or another. About to switch. It switched. Great. It switched. Blitz. It switched. Attack. Why are we getting so much attack here? Close combat. Defend. Counterattack. We have good reconnaissance. Or we should.
Greift weiter an.
And our level is certainly going to be higher than theirs. Blitz. Unexpected thrust. More blitz. Encirclement. There we go. And for this small portion of the battle, we had a reserve in the battle, which is great. Ah, there we go. Now we're choosing it more often. There we go. I solved the problem. Because before we weren't seeing it at all. Now, when it comes to this,
Greift weiter an.
already has preferred tactics selected. Okay, yeah, so we wouldn't be able to do that. Not with the build that we've gone for here. But
Ausrücken.
what we can do is since
Angetreten.
since the motorized has failed us anyway and we have to use these, let's do this. So we have engine 34. Okay, that's fine. We do this. Opel production cost and increase reliability just enough. That is our new one. And then we go over to our tank and we decrease it. There we go. It's now a cheaper tank. And what we do is we then convert them into construction queue. Construction queue, production queue. Then we go to equipment. We take out the high production cost. We put in the lower production cost. We take out the this would be the Leopard Alciaf B. Take out those. Update it. And then add latest equipment.
Angetreten.
Let the equipment cycle through. And actually, to do that, we're probably going to need to do this. Delete the old equipment.
Angetreten.
And switch them back to the Panzer Division. And great, we're at 100%. Okay.
Achtung.
Now we go to our doctrine. XP. Alright. Great. Research on icon click. Right. Okay. We still have our preferred tactic of backhand blow.
Bereit.
Blitz should be change shit.
Achtung.
Okay, yes, let's change the general. Let's change the general to Evan Rommel. Promote him.
Achtung.
And let's change you to whatever. Let's do Heinz Guderian. And Heinz, you require another level up. You are level 4, so I believe you require... okay. I was gonna say 250 something, but no. And you... Unexpected thrust, blitz, breakthrough. Oh. Excuse me. Breakthrough.
Achtung.
And Rommel, you're in the same boat. Give you offensive doctrine just for the heck of it.
Achtung.
And you also like breakthrough. So that changes this. To this. And now we have an equal percent chance, nearly equal percent chance of choosing encirclement, breakthrough, or blitz. If we wanted to make that a dead tie, we would change over our country's preferred tactic to breakthrough. There we go. and it'd be a dead equal chance. But we don't need that. We've got reconnaissance and initiative bonuses to counteract that. Now, leader experience gain, division experience gain.
Bereit.
Let's get these guys up to at least fucking trained, so that they're not dimwits in combat. And
Ausrücken.
let's do this. $24.
Ausrücken.
And we can see that we're doing breakthrough, encirclement, blitz, and unexpected thrust. We're cycling through them pretty well. Encirclement, awesome. Oh, I love it. Okay. And we are taking them out of the battle. They're moving back in. We're every once in a while getting something that we can't counter. We did breakthrough, which countered one of theirs. They're doing ambush again, which counters with breakthrough. And now we have set up the perfect scenario where we have an awesome army here, but we're not doing as much damage as we probably should be. If we start moving back, we begin to see that, well, we need encirclement more. And we need encirclement more often because of what's happening here. We only have 2 combat width here, and we cannot increase it. Now, let's do that so that they fuck off. And Heinz. Yeah, so we haven't designed good enough tanks. We obviously don't have enough fuel. God, okay. Soviet Union, give.
Ausrücken. Zeigt es ihnen. Zeigt es ihnen.
And we are slowly whittling them away. Now, ooh, awesome. Okay. We are getting encirclement. So,
Angetreten. Suchen Deckung.
yeah, we're severely out of fuel here. We need that to go full, and we need a bunch more fuel from anywhere we can get it. Let's just trade all our damn factories.
Greif weiter an.
And now we're on the defensive. So let's take a look at this. Close quarters, local strong point. Interesting. Is our strength going to go up? There we go. Okay. And now we attack. Unexpected thrust. Breakthrough. Unexpected thrust. Changing hour by hour. Blitz. I don't know why we're not getting blitz here. There we go. Finally getting blitz.
Ausrücken!
Unexpected thrust. Attack. Breakthrough. Just countered ambush. More unexpected thrust? What's going on here? Encirclement. Great. More breakthrough. Awesome. Unexpected thrust. Not so awesome.
Angetreten!
And what happens when we grab this division and go straight after him? Ah!
Ausrücken!
Unable to do it. Okay.
Zurück! Greift weiter an!
Well, we tried, I suppose.
Ausrücken! Achtung!
Breakthrough, attack. Breakthrough.
Rückzug!
We go through. We run out of supply. Awesome, great, okay.
Greift
Well,
weiter an!
that's just about it.
Befehl!
Um,
Angetreten! Ausrücken! 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 Achtung! Bereit! Angetreten!
let's tag over to Belgium and see what we can see here. Okay, so that's something that happened. Tag Jur.
Achtung!
And this,
Befehle!
let's actually get this guy over here and convert him. Because we can.
Ausrücken! Angetreten!
And because of that, we will be able to see. Okay. Now, we take a look. Hold on. If we take a look at this battle, we are automatically on unexpected thrust. We have a combat width of 150. They have a combat width of 32. We are getting combat from 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
Ausrücken!
We have 1 extra in reserve. We are attacking from all kinds of different angles. We have more attack now because we are. And we should be choosing better tactics.
Zeigt es ihnen! Los, los, los!
Yeah, we didn't design good tanks here, which was something on my part, but let's see what we can do here. If we can actually overrun. I really want to see if we can actually overrun our targets. Excuse me.
Achtung! Zeigt es ihnen! Zeigt es ihnen! Rückzug! Ausrücken! Zurück! Bereit! 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 Ausrücken! Zeigt es ihnen! Greift weiter an! Greift weiter an! Ausrücken! Ausrücken! Zeigt es ihnen! Greift weiter an!
Do we overrun? Do we overrun? Oh, we don't have the speed because we don't have the supply. Ooh, we do now. Can we overrun them? No, unfortunately not.
Angetreten!
Overruns are still notoriously hard to get. Alright.
Angetreten! Bereit!
Okay. All of this to explain combat tactics. I know that this was very long-winded. That there were lots of points where I just, stopped talking and paused. But we still got some things to talk about. One is support company selection here. Now, I've already given you a predetermined set of things here. But what you may end up finding out is that you like the soft attack here better. Or that you like the terrain bonuses here better. Motorized Recon is definitely very good at getting those terrain traits so that these mountains, hills, jungles, marshes, forts, rivers. Where's the forest? God damn it! There we go. Attack movement, so that this movement in forest doesn't fuck you up more than it needs to. The other company that is very good at doing that, if I can, in a war medium, is the flamethrower. And if we just, excuse me, give it Henschel, make it as cheap as goddamn possible. Maybe give it some extra fuel drums so that it's a fuel carrier. Yeah, no, not the fuel drums. That's too much. Christie suspension. Light turret. Boom. And that's all I can do to it. So let's go over to this. Let's do it this way. No damage to speed. More speed, more speed, more speed. And what we need is a base of 13.2. Okay, cool. And this will be designated as a flame tank. And we shall give it easy maintenance and wet ammunition storage so that it just, doesn't blow up. Then we do this, get him up there. Add latest equipment. And if we go here, if we're looking for speed, we look at this. Fort movement, attack, 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 attack. Okay, so it's just attack. Okay. I thought it would be more movement, but it's just fort movement. Alright. Never mind. Never mind. But obviously, we're not going to be able to have this immense amount of speed. We do want the Signal Company, and we do want the Recon Company, but we can probably switch over to motorized, and we can go over here and produce Leopard Osif D, which will be an actually useful light tank here. So let's give it interleaved road wheels. No, not this type of tank. Wheeled suspension, yes. We want it cheaper. Let's downgrade the engine here. And let's actually select some fuel drums. Now we take radio. And this... Let's see. Add latest equipment. Research on icon. Click. Radio detection. I'm going to pretend that this is Ragnarok. So let's actually not use that tank. Advanced light tank. Nope. Let's change that out. Let's also change this out for motorized. Okay, so let me just restart. Single player, load. Get rid of these cloud saves because I don't need them. Load Germany, start. Now we have this. Let's grab these guys. 5 divisions. Let's grab one more out of them, and let's transfer him over to the Panzer Division. Where's focus? Focus autocomplete. You know what? I'm just going to load up the mod. Okay, I keep harping about the Ragnarok mod. Let's just play it for a little bit here. Let's design shit that, we should be designing. We need to design. Let's design the shit that I've been wanting to design. Challenging. Alright, Hermann Göring Werke, coal liquidization, Reichsautobahn, autarky, Westfall, four-year plan, basic machine tools, field hospital, military police, yada 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 yada. Okay. Now, this is what we've gotten. We can't do any of these. We can start on Rhineland. We have Heinz Gedalion. We have this guy. We have this guy, and we have this guy. Awesome. Bad weather penalty, air experience. Okay. Don't really need to up conscription. We could use Silent Workhorse and Rudolf Hess. And now we focus on stuffs. Junkers, Messerschmitt. Yes, Messerschmitt. And we want this. Whoops. We also want, yikes, this. Henschel. And we're obviously going to want this when we can get it, but we also need this. And we need a couple of other things. Okay, we can do this. And what were we doing? Let's do Dalmer Benz. And let's actually get on to designing this tank. So we have Panzerausf A improved and Panzerausf A lowercase, okay. And we have close support gun. You can get 3-man turret. This is Dalmer Benz created. Let's do Henschel instead for the speed. We have speed there. And what we can do is add fuel drums here. Perfect. This is Panzerausf A. Ausf. Let's do B actually and get rid of that. Get rid of the armor and increase the engine. Okay. That seems reasonable. Save. And then we take this Panzerausf A and let's do... Actually... research on icon click. Boom. Okay, we've got it. Now we take this basic high velocity cannon. We want soft attack. We want basic radio. We want armor. Because this is going to be a tank destroyer. We want more armor. And we'll take some engine power there. We'll also... Shit. There we go. Welded armor. And... armor skirts. Okay. Wouldn't be able to get those armor skirts. It'd be 300 days, and yeah, that would not do. So, what else? Panzer Alsuf B. Shit. 9.8. This welded armor, not close support gun, basic high velocity cannon, tank destroyer, small cannon, armor, and let's see what else. What ammunition storage? That requires a lot more. 35 XP. Interesting. So what you would instead do is wait for this. But only insofar Hmm. 36 minus 19. 17. What happens when we do this? Speed and reliability increase, breakthrough decreases a hell of a lot. Okay. Defense goes up though. Alright, there's that design. Then what you do is you make one, two, and three. Opal goes to the top, goes on 1, actually goes on 5. That goes on 1, and goes up to the top. Anti-air is absolutely needed. That's not. That gets put on that. There, and guns. Yes. There was a shit ton of guns needed. I think I had like 5 production lines at one point. Just fucking guns, man. The Air Force was extremely important. And we had 15. Let's not do that. What's 22% of 15? Minus, plus, times 22%, 3. Three there.
Befehle.
Take this, tanks, infantry, Panzer-Ausf A, Panzer-Ausf B.
Bereit.
Up at the top, up at the top, up at the top. Okay. And that's it. They wouldn't get artillery. They would be set up just like they would be otherwise. And we'd get 6 of them. So that's how I would set it up. I've had success with this. Your mileage may vary, but let's start with
Angetreten.
this. So we would get this general for reasons that I'll probably be talking about in a minute. And yes, so yeah, I've already ruined it, but essentially what would end up happening is by the end of the year, let's just give us a shit ton of XP, you would be switching from motorized, you would be doing light tank, light tank, light tank, light tank, motorized, 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 and motorized, all the way up to this, where you would do the light tank destroyer. You would go in and you would research this, and lastly that. Then you would obviously research this. You would go over here, have this and this researched, but you would also have the logistics. Maybe not logistics. You would also have the signal company. And then that's done. You would have this done. You would have this done. And all that time you would just be avoiding this. Perhaps you could have gotten some of these done, more like this, which is probably more feasible than I was thinking. And what that all would come down to would be this motorized company, signal company, and field hospital. And that would all go into your division. You would gain some HP from that. You would have a 30 wits, and this is what you would inevitably be working towards. Make sure that's up. And over the course of the year, you would be producing a shit ton of panzers. You would be producing a shit ton of these marauders. You would be making this division with the support companies, the signal company, all of that. And you would hope to, dear God, that you are able to produce enough. You would be able to, you would want paratroopers, you would want all of this stuff. And this is just a very good example of a very early and of course you go maneuver warfare and leader XP trait gain for the Spanish Civil War. You would go bold attack. You would have naval reform and efficient communications. You would have instilled aggression. Spanish Civil War would allow you to gain air power projection. You would all be this doctrine, and you would be gaining air experience through that. Then you would be looking at your motorized here. If at all, your max speed of 9.1, which is great. I would want, yes, I would want Blitz as soon as possible. Even if I couldn't get Breakthrough, I would want Blitz. And I would, of course, be doing spies. Infantry division here. We have 1,000,000 manpower, but we'd also want to be conserving it and equipment. So, entrenchment, artillery there. Very possibly we would want maintenance company. For our standard divisions. Maintenance company and field hospitals. And the last thing would be the support anti-air, but we wouldn't be able to do that at the end of the year because of bullshit. Not because of bullshit. We just wouldn't be able to produce enough. We'd only be able to produce enough with this one factory that we have on it to... Oh, shit. Yeah, so we want to keep this production efficiency. We want to keep this production efficiency. We want to keep this production efficiency, even though it's gone down a little bit because we switched it from Panzer Ausf A to Ausf B. But we want that to be at 3 before anything else. And yeah. That's probably all that we would ever be able to get to do. And with that, we would just start focusing on building a shit ton of mills. But that wouldn't be all. Once we get into combat, we would use the best things we know how to use. We would use our... we've already researched it, so... we go... this... and these are cannons that provide 10, 20 air attack for 6 weight and -2 agility. Yeah, not worth it. The engine. Then... the drop tanks. And the turret. Or did I use drop tanks and extra fuel tanks? Yeah, I think I used this because I needed air power projection factor. This will be... this will have been F by this time. Get rid of that. And I would have also had, Jesus Christ, a production of this. With the goal of getting as many out as I could, which would be, I think, 3? And with enough transport planes, with these converted and trained, mind you. That's that many fighters. That many. Okay. And entire time I would be trading with whatever, the Dutch East Indies, British Malaya, France. For rubber, and we would be producing a whole bunch of these, which we would have had like 500 by the time the year ended and Hitler did the no-no. At which point we would be using air superiority to drop divisions all just everywhere. Trying to cap the French and getting all of Alsace-Lorraine. But with knowing what I know now with tactics and all of that, it would make sense. It would make sense that going for the initiative here and going for the extra coordination here and going for the coordination here would all add up to better tanks, especially knowing what I know now about this light tank destroyer division here that allows you to do so much with so little. You get 33 for just 50 light tank destroyers, which is insane. You would want the field hospital so that you lose less in combat, because that becomes a problem within a goddamn, 6 months. You get signal companies, motorized recon, you get support anti-air so that these fast divisions are not affected by the damn planes. So that they can be fast. Oh, whoops. And you use whatever experience you can get to scooch your way up to this for Blitz. Hopefully, I say hopefully, so you would have divisions over here. You wouldn't want them to be tank divisions, so you'd have to choose a general, you'd have to do Heinz, and you would have to use a whole bunch of tricks to grind him so that he gets to 150 as soon as possible so that he can choose a trait. You would also want to do the exact same damn thing with Gunther right here. So that hopefully you can get your preferred tactic. And I'd love to say you switch over to Blitz, but that's not a smart idea because these are forever preferred tactics. You cannot change them afterwards. So you'd have to have them. You'd have to get all the way down to here within a goddamn year. So perhaps not the best idea. Very much a conundrum. Very much a conundrum. So, if you were to grind Heinz Guderian, you would want Cavalry Leader, Engineer, Infantry Leader, and you would want Mountain... you would want terrain traits so that you can get adaptable, and you wouldn't want to... You'd want Ranger, and you'd want Hill Fighter, and you wouldn't want to do anything else because it's just too short of a time frame. God. Seeing it all put together is hard. Seeing it all put together, especially on such a small scale as this, very hard. So, yeah, I'll probably be doing a Ragnarok game at some point here in the future. I'll want to be doing a Germany game, just standard historical. And I will want to especially be showing you how to grind generals, in Spain, which I think I'll actually save, for that point in time, because, this is, gotten way too long-winded. I really just wanted to see it all, you know, come together. With this mod, because this is like the epiphany, the epitome, not epiphany, epitome of too much to do, too little time. And, all that nonsense. So, I essentially just wanted to see how much I could do, with this little, you know, this little amount of resources. And I think the answer is, you're going to war in a year. Industry is long term. You can't afford to do anything long term right now. Don't bother with it. Do everything else. You would want to, let's see, that's 90 days, and then that's like 200, and then you would want radio, which hopefully adds up to around 300 days. You would want this just to upgrade your planes. You would want this to get this and this at the same time to get, so construction queue would look somewhat like, or research queue would look somewhat like this. Just using these as placeholders here. Whatever you do, you want this ASAP. You would want this ASAP. You would want this, and then you would want this just to fill a placeholder so that you can build planes. And then once all that is done, then you can start focusing on other things such as this. You would still have this slot. You would want to move this on to something else, such as the signal company once you were able to get it. But more likely the maintenance company here at that point in time. And then this would be research. You wouldn't have to do anything else there. This would be researched. So, excuse me. You'd move on to trains. And then with this, you would move on probably to industry at that point. I mean, that's basically everything that you have. And, yeah. Interesting. Interesting. Yeah. I wouldn't think that you'd be able to do something like that, but I suppose you would. All of this done with a little bit of industry, and then start focusing on your industry during the war. Obviously, you'd be making all of these, and you'd be filling up your construction queue with them, or your production queue with them. You'd also want to do this. Or perhaps you'd wait until Austria. I don't know. You'd certainly train 4 of them. And yeah, that's... I'm sorry. I find all of this extremely interesting. I'll stop. I find it all supremely interesting. I'll stop though. I'll stop. Anyway, have a nice day, everyone. I'll be doing a last hurrah for Germany, and I swear, I'll have to, I'm going to kill myself trying to get that Austria-Hungary video ready as well. And the very fact that I'm just piling shit on my plate that doesn't need to be piled onto my plate, aren't I? Have a nice day, everyone. I'll see y'all later.